internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today and get internet with a price for life. Keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability.
The great Tom Pelissero, our friend, our NFL expert. Look at him. Looks like still unpacking a bit there, Tom.
Yeah, so this is moving day.
Is he
the truck's arriving in an hour.
Oh.
So we're kind of, as you can tell, if you like to be stressed out by what moving looks like, it's a great time. Just got back from getting some more boxes, and we're going to throw some crap in it and tape it up and see it in 10 years.
So you are in the midst of moving out. That stuff is going to the new place. So you're at the very beginning of this.
Well, don't say it that way, Hawk. I like to think that I'm like at the 1 yard line of this entire thing. So I've already got the new studio set up. I've been on NFL Network the past week at the new house. So that part's, that's the biggest technical challenge, which everything seems to be good there. So everything out this morning and everything into the new house tomorrow. And then we're done, Hawks. So just,
okay,
I got you. The end. This is the Super Bowl right here.
Let me make a prediction for you. And you've already gone through part of this. What you're finding out is that about 3/4 of what you own, you don't need. Mm-hmm. And what you'll find out a little bit later is about a half of what you packed will never be unpacked.
Correct. I was in the garage last night. So there's like a workshop here, which you can imagine based on, how much I work with my hands, how much I've been in there in the last 9 years. And I literally was finding things with notes from the previous owner being like, hey, this is here. If you need this part, I'm like, it's unopened. No, never.
Tom, that was the nicest possible way of him saying that stuff looks like garbage. Just throw it away.
Oh, listen, man. Rolf the dog on the StreamYard says, "Is Tom in the back of a Goodwill store?"
I have made a few Goodwill stops already. I'll tell you that much.
That's the best way right there. That'll do it. And then what's best is you go back and buy it again sometime. That's what I've done a couple of times.
I don't know why I felt sorry as Hawk. I don't know why I felt so much shame one time. I dropped off a whole carload full of Goodwill stuff. And the guy at Goodwill goes, "Moving?" I'm like, "Nope, no, not moving, just clearing out." He's like, "All this stuff and you're not moving?" I'm like, "Nope, no,
not good."
Mm-hmm.
If anybody, by the way, if anybody's a 38 regular and wants like 10 game used suits, turns out those are harder to get rid of than you would think. Apparently, Sarah took them to a bunch of stores yesterday, and no one would take my suits. So anybody's 38 regular, I'll get Hawk your address. I'll mail you a suit.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I mean, give me another 5-6 pounds. I might get down there. You just never know.
Hey, there's nothing left of you at this point, Hawk. So
I'm working.
You're like a 36.
I'm trying. By the way, again, as always, let me get this out of the way right away because I want to make sure I don't wait too long. Our guy, Tom Pelissero, brought to you by our friends at Bell Bank and their Bell Bank Pay It Forward promo. Winner this week, the man who chose his charity and was chosen is Greg Biedler, and the organization is Invisible Wounds Project. Help people connect with therapists that are specialized in working with our veterans and our first responders. Provide wellness and social connection activities that help those they serve get out and reconnect with their peers. The Invisible Wounds Project. What a great charity. Their website is iwproject.org. And again, they are the charity this week. Thanks, Greg Biedler. $1,000 from Bell Bank to Invisible Wounds Project because of you, Greg. Well done. You want to nominate a charity? Go to KFAN.com. Just type in the keyword Bell. Thank you, Bell Bank. You guys rule.
Sauce, you had your hand up.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
I'm great, Sauce. How are you doing?
We've established she's a little overwhelmed right now.
I'm fine. I don't know what's going on upstairs, but I'm fine.
We saw over this week a lot of names and a lot of people were traded. Do you expect that to continue? And do you expect maybe the Vikings to dip into the maybe giving up a first-round pick for a defensive player before the trade deadline?
I mean, a first-round pick, you're talking about like a massive type of a trade. I do think that, these things tend to come in waves. Usually we get like 8 to 10 trades during the season. Sometimes a little more, sometimes it's a little less. What was fascinating to me was there were 0 trades in the NFL from August 29th through October 13th. And then we had 4 in a 24-hour period. Usually, you are getting to a certain point here and teams are starting to figure out a little bit better Are we buyers? Are we sellers? Do we have a good team? Do we not? The trade deadline was actually pushed back 1 week this year. So we got 3 more rounds of games. So there's a bunch of teams here teetering on the brink of being a 1 or 2 win team. And, kind of what are we doing? Should we be trying to turn some of these guys in contract years into assets, or should we continue to try to go for it? There's teams like, the Browns just sent Amari Cooper to the Bills. That's not a total, fire sale mode type of a move. Cooper was in a contract year. They had paid him almost his entire salary, but you get a 3rd-round pick out of the deal. Devontae Adams was a unique type of situation. There'll be, I think, more of those Cam Akers type trades, which is just hey, this guy's not getting a whole lot of work here because the Texans got Dameon Pierce and Joe Mixon back now. To the late-round pick flop in 2026. Those are the types of moves that I think the Vikings are more apt to make. But, of course, they went after T.J. Hawkinson a couple of years ago. I don't think they rule anything out because, if I know one thing about Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, it's that he's going to examine everything. And, things that nobody's talking about, names nobody is talking about, opportunities that just make sense, whether it's for the now or the long haul. You have to say, right now, based on what they've built, the way that they've done it, a lot of people question the Sam Darnold move. A lot of people question, giving Jonathan Grenard a ton of money. And, there's a lot of things that have worked out in their favor. I would anticipate them being aggressive, but I don't see them doing anything stupid here. I think it's more so, fitting need to opportunity. And, with Akers, there were some other running backs available too. Those deals just didn't work out. So you get the guy that that knows your system, you bring him in, and he should be able to be ready to roll quickly.
All right, I know this is difficult to put like a percentage or a probability on this, but everybody's talking about, all the Vikings fans out there want either Jeffrey Simmons or they want Dexter Lawrence. Like, what are the possibilities and the chances that the Vikings pull that big of a trigger?
I think that the Titans, I would fairly say, boy, that does look bad. I didn't realize there was a vacuum back there. Jeffrey Simmons is probably the one guy in the Titans roster that they would not be willing to trade. So I don't really foresee that. He's too much of like the centerpiece culture guy. It would have to be a wild type of a offer. Dexter Lawrence too is another one of like the core guys with the Giants. I just don't really anticipate them being in that market. Having said that, I think that we've learned this more and more in the past 5 to 10 years with a different generation of GMs here. There's maybe only like a dozen guys in the entire league who cannot be traded. Like, there's no way you could offer enough for the Chiefs to trade Patrick Mahomes, for the Ravens now, right now with Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Like, those guys are untradeable. Everybody else, like, if you're willing to give up enough, you could probably start a conversation. I mean, the Panthers a couple of years ago did not trade Brian Burns for 2 first-round picks, and I want to say there was a 3rd-round pick in that deal as well. They ended up trading him a year later for basically a 2nd-round pick. And so, there's nothing wrong with that because that's the guy they wanted to pay. Things kind of got sideways. They got into a different mode. They decided to move on. But, sometimes when you get those big-time offers, like, you have to think about everything here, because you're not just talking about, okay, we get an extra pick or picks. It's also, we free up all this money. It's like what the Chiefs did when they traded Tyreek Hill to the Dolphins. They were in the middle of a contract negotiation with Tyreek Hill. Then Devontae Adams happened to be the guy who signed with the Raiders. He did this deal with 2 dummy years at like $36 million that pumped up the average from 22.5 to 28, I think. And so Tyreek all of a sudden was like, well, if he's getting 28, I want 30. And the Chiefs like, he's not getting 28 and a half. It's 22 with a couple dummy years. Well, Tyreek and his agent decided, no, we're not signing for less than 30. So the Chiefs stepped back and said, okay, Tyreek's a huge piece of this team, but if we trade him, we can get a 1st-round pick, another pick, and then free up like 20 plus million per year, which what did they do? They trade Tyreek to Kansas City or to Miami. Not only did they draft well, but they used all that money to rebuild the defense, which was a liability and now is the strength of that football team. That's kind of how this entire thing works. It's a resource allocation league. And so, I wouldn't put it past Kwesi to call on any of those, the big fish, just like the Lions, I'm sure, are calling on the big name guys. Why wouldn't you call on Max Crosby or Myles Garrett or somebody else? Doesn't mean you're going to get them, but if you're willing to offer up multiple 1st-round picks for any player outside of that short list of maybe a dozen guys in the league, maybe there's an opportunity here. It just is going to depend in part on how these next few weeks go for some of these teams that are trying to figure out, are we going for it or are we not?
Shorter term, Tom, what do the Lions do Sunday against the Vikings with the Aiden Hutchinson injury? How do they immediately react and try to get this thing fixed at U.S. Bank?
It's going to be by committee, is what it sounds like. They are definitely, checking and seeing, kicking the tires on potential trades and things down the line, but they're in no rush. They signed a guy named Isaiah Thomas, of all things, going to Detroit off the Bengals practice squad. They've got some guys there who have been part of the rotation. That's going to be the plan short term, but we'll see. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson's a pretty unique guy. He gets a lot of attention from defenses. It's good news overall for the Lions on that injury because, the first thing I thought when I saw that replay and he's got the foot that's just hanging there, I'm thinking this is Alex Smith, Joe Theismann type of injury. In the end, it ended up being a clean break. It was not an open fracture, compound fracture. He had the surgery, and there's a possibility, depending how the rehab goes, we could see Aiden Hutchinson again by the end of the playoffs here. But in terms of on Sunday against the Vikings, it's a little bit of an unknown. I don't think that anybody, in the Vikings building, I don't think Kevin O'Connell's sitting there going boy, man, we don't know what they're going to do now. You're probably, if anything, God, at least we don't have to deal with Aiden Hutchinson here. But that's a really well-coached Lions team. They play with a ton of juice. You saw what they just did going into Dallas, and that looked like a personal type of a game, whether that was personal for Dan Campbell for being a former Cowboy who didn't get a chance at that job 4 years ago, whether it was personal for Ben Johnson because of the ineligible flap here. It's you know what? I think I'm going to call 3 different tackle eligible plays this game. Let's run a hook and ladder to Penei Sewell. I mean, you can see it. That they wanted to really take it to the Dallas Cowboys. I think that they're going to come in with that same type of mentality this week because all of a sudden, every power rankings you see, and it's the Vikings are 1, 2, or 3 in that. And everybody's excited about the Bears and the way that Caleb's playing now. People are excited about the Packers. I mean, one of the most unique stats is if you look at the standings right now, not only are all 4 teams, above 500 in the division right now, they are the top 4 teams in terms of point differential in the entire league. They're the top 4. That's how good this division is right now. But the Lions are all right, you're moving on to the Vikings. You think they're the hot team? We're going to come in and try to take it to them. And I love what Brian Flores said the other day when he's asked about Ben Johnson. I like to fight fire with fire. That's going to be a great matchup on Sunday. I can't wait to watch it.
This has to be B-Flow's biggest test of the year. I know they play them at the end of the year, the last game, but that could be something totally different because who knows where the standings will be. But this is B-Flow's biggest test of the season, right?
I think he's had a lot of big tests, honestly. I do agree to the extent that Ben Johnson is so creative and Brian Flores, if there's a counterpoint, like a defensive version of that in the league right now, it may well be Brian Flores. I talked with somebody yesterday about what happened with the Jets and okay, you fire Robert Saleh and you replace the play caller and everything when you were 20 yards away from winning a game against the Vikings team that's made C.J. Stroud look bad. They made Jordan Love throw, 3 picks in that game. I mean, it's not like, that was Brock Purdy's worst game. So this is every week is a new challenge here. But think of the gauntlet of quarterbacks the Vikings have already faced. And I don't want to cast any aspersions at Danny Dimes. That was not a great day for the Giants. But again, they've looked better every single week. I mean, they've played a lot of tough quarterbacks. They've played good offenses. I agree. The Lions have so much depth to the playbook. They'll pull out so many things. And sometimes when you're throwing a lot of different defensive looks at an offense, you can get caught, right? You can get caught in the wrong call at the wrong time, and somebody runs a gadget play on you or they have the right call on, they can hit a big play. But that's kind of, that's the razor's edge that Brian Flores likes to live on here. And so far this season, it's been really, really successful.
Tom, I want to get your take on this whole thing because I've listened to some of the Detroit Lions fans in preparation for this game. I know what we're saying here. Isn't it fascinating, though, that I feel like both fan bases are we're looking really forward to this game because absolutely it's a barometer. We could see where we're at against one of the best of the best, and it seems like whoever wins this game can be crowned at this point in the season the tops in the NFC. But both fan bases are also saying, if we lose, meh, that's okay. Isn't that kind of bizarre that we have such a big game and both teams are set up standings-wise to look at this game and say, all right, it's not the end of the world if we lose this game. It's not, there's not a huge downside to losing this game. How do you see it?
Well, I don't think you ever want to lose at home, Ben. You never want to, have a division game at home and you don't come out of it with a win. I think that, yeah, they're certainly, especially with the Vikings team coming off a bye, there's always that risk of, you had all this juice going, right? And then it gets stopped because you have a week off. Guys go on vacation, they go back home, they aren't focused on football. I guarantee that's been part of how Kevin O'Connell has challenged the team through the course of this week. You have to treat this. No, not that every week is the Super Bowl, but that every one of these games is really important. I mean, I think this too. You got a Thursday night game on the back end of it, right? Against the Rams in LA. If you lose this game, then you're on a short week turnaround, fly 2 time zones away. And it's going to feel like if you don't come out, and that's a Rams team that should have Cooper Kupp back. At that point, they have not played well to this point this season. But Sean McVay's a really, really good coach. All of a sudden, it'll feel like if you lose 2 games in 5 days, it's like, oh, what's happening with the Vikings, right? That's the world we live in. Is everything is about recency bias and it's about what just happened. So I do think it's a really big game for the Vikings on Sunday. You're going to feel a lot better getting on that plane when you're still sore from Sunday's game if you got the win than going out to LA. Playing a Thursday night game and you're feeling a little beat up. And if you lose that game, you're 5-2. And based on the division, you could go from first to worse in a matter of 5 days.
One more thing for .com. Tom, brought to you by our friends at Bell Bank, coming to you live from the set of Storage Wars. Tom, if the Vikings lose this game on Sunday, what will be to blame in your opinion?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I think that, we have to monitor the status of Aaron Jones. It was emphasized to me that the trade for Cam Akers was not a response to the Aaron Jones injury. It's nothing long-term. He has a chance to play on Sunday. If he doesn't, then you're going to see, some combination of Ty Chandler and Cam Akers. And, Aaron Jones has been a really big factor for this offense through the course of this season. I think that they'll have a good plan in terms of the pass rush and how they're handling that. Defensively, I think it's just what I mentioned before, which is, you live by the sword, die with the sword when you play the style of football that the Vikings do on defense here. If the Lions are able to, and I guarantee Ben Johnson has not left his office this week, and he's been there round the clock and is trying to find some things, they'll have some game plan specific things on here. And if they're able to hit 1 or 2 of them and puncture a defense that's played with a ton of confidence this season, then maybe that plus the Aaron Jones, possible absence. Again, he's got a chance to play on Sunday. Maybe that's something that could, go in the Lions' favor. Having said that, I get the sense this Vikings team is extremely motivated every single week. They've got a quarterback playing at a high level. They've got a wide receiver playing at an elite level. And defensively, they've got a great plan every week. So I wouldn't, if I'm Vikings fans, I don't go in this game with a great deal of concern. I just think you got to play your best against the best. And the Lions right now, the way that they're playing, they're as good as anybody that the Vikings have seen this season.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it, man.
Signing that Bell Bank mortgage tomorrow. Thanks, Bell Bank. Love you.
You got it. Well done. Thank you, buddy. See you later.
Bye.
There he goes.
All right, Parker Fox is in the building. We'll come back. We'll do Fan 5. Ben Leber is still here, of course. We'll do our KOC press conference in like 20 minutes. Headlines in the 8 o'clock hour of the Power Trip Morning Show as well right after this on The Fan.
KFAN, totally.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today for an internet service monthly rate with peace of mind.
Westbound
From the gas pumps in Granite Falls to the ice chest in Isanti, the Minnesota Lottery's Vikings scratch game is here. These are the concrete coliseums where we challenge chance and chase glory, where we pursue our passion and dare to dream. These are the stadiums where we come to play. Get in the game.
Dealerships today in Apple Valley, Shakopee, and now open in White Bear Lake.
Hey,
it's Corey Cove, KFan, with some awesome news from my friends at OVO LASIK and Lens. If you've been thinking about getting LASIK, now is the perfect time to get to OVO because they just keep doing what they always do, which is constantly winning awards. OVO has just swept the Minnesota Best Awards, taking gold for LASIK, eye surgery, and eye care. And that's not all. Dr. Mark Lobanoff has just been named Minnesota's top doc by Minnesota Monthly. So don't wait any longer. OVO always offers a free LASIK consultation. So that's right, you can find out if you are a LASIK candidate for free. Plus, OVO has the best price guarantee, so you know you're getting the best deal. And for a limited time, you can take advantage of 24 months of interest-free financing, no down payment, no interest for 2 years. It's pretty sick. Imagine living life without glasses or contacts, like in my case, for as low as just $4 a day. The legends of LASIK are at OVO LASIK and Lens. Dr. Mark Lobanoff and Dr. David Whiting. This is the place to go, so if you are ready to see the world clearly, schedule your free LASIK exam at OVOeye.com. That's OVOEYE.com, or call 877-OVO-EYES. It's OVO LASIK and Lens, OVOeye.com.
At Shane Company, we make finding your perfect engagement ring fun and easy. Because let's be honest, you might feel a little stressed out. We get it. That's why we do all the hard stuff. It's our job to bring you the biggest selection of beautiful diamonds and colorful gemstones, so many amazing settings, and all the customization your heart desires. We've got your style and your price range covered, and we're here to guide you every step of the way. Come in for a warm welcome and leave with your dream ring and an experience you'll never forget. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Disturbed. Live. Oh, the 25th anniversary of the 5-time platinum album, The Sickness. 2 sets, 1 show, The Sickness in its entirety, and greatest hits with special guests, 3 Days Grace and 7 Dust. March 6th, Target Center. Tickets on sale Friday, October 18th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Disturbed. Live.
Hey there, meat lovers. It's Chris Hockey. You craving a snack that packs a protein punch? Then you want Wenzel's Farm Meat Sticks. Now in 14 different varieties. There's no fillers, no binders, no artificial flavors because Wenzel's keeps it real. I've tried them all. You can actually taste the difference. And if you don't believe me, ask all the people across Minnesota who've had the chance to try them at some of the Wenzel's sampling events these past several weeks. Once you try Wenzel's Farm Meat Sticks, you're going to be obsessed. They're easy to grab and go. Get yours today at your local Quick Trip or Menards. Release your inner carnivore.
Ben's Appearance is sponsored by Lexus of Wayzata and Maplewood.
From the Your Boat Club Weather Center.
This report is sponsored by Luther Brookdale Mazda.
What's better than Luther Brookdale Mazda making your first payment? Making your first 3 payments. And we have 0% financing options as well. Remember, free oil changes, gas and car wash discounts. LutherMazda.com. At Luther Mazda, the only thing we overlook is $694.
Fan forecast.
Mostly sunny with a high of 70.
Hey, you got something to say to us? Then say it.
Talk back to all of our hosts using the iHeartRadio app when listening to KFAN.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Squishy. Come on. Squishy. Come on. Buck up. I mean, come on. Come on. Squishy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Squishy.
It's the Pat Kessler remix. Welcome back, Pirate Ship Morning Show. Here we are, KFAN.com/watch. This is Max. That's me. Over there, look at those two. Yeah, look at them. Brothers from other mothers. Ben Leber. And the one and only. Super sexy.
Oh, wow.
Tall. Handsome.
Oh, yeah.
Sexual. Parker Fox.
Aw. I was going to say you until you said tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're perfect the way you are.
You said that earlier, and I appreciated it very much when you said that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Parker, we mentioned earlier that Mark Rosen said on the air that you were at Continental Diamond, and everybody got mad at him because they thought he was outing you.
Yeah.
Oh,
but then Rosie followed it up on Twitter with he was with his gal.
Ah, okay.
Well,
So he did kind of clarify.
That's okay.
But people yelled at him, said,
Don't yell at Rosie.
Don't tell. But he
No,
did
do
kind
yell
of
at
break
Rosie.
the rule,
Yell at
right?
Rosie,
Like,
yeah,
okay.
yell at
if
him.
somebody's at a jewelry store, there might be a reason he's there.
That's
Keep
true.
your mouth shut.
I'm not mad at Rosie.
Okay, well, you should
But
be.
if we want to be mad at Rosie, we could all team up on Rosie.
We don't like to do that on this show.
Whatever the consensus is,
He'd
I'll just
like
join that.
Yeah, he'd like to be teamed up on.
Oh, jeez.
No, we're talking
let's,
about Rosie, not Tommy.
Let's do Fan 5, and let's start with Parker's squad, shall we? Let's talk Gopher basketball for 2 seconds.
I think we should definitely do that. Let me get to the right page so I can make this official.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
Hey, thanks, Builders and Remodelers. Parker, you have an exhibition game, the first exhibition game of the 2024 season. What, Saturday?
Saturday at noon.
Saturday at noon?
Saturday at noon.
Where and who?
We play at historic Williams Arena, I think they're calling it now, the Barn, at noon on Saturday against the Bemidji State Beavers. So
now let's go.
Yeah, first exhibition of the year. We're super excited. It's that time where
here we go.
You know, you've been practicing since early June, and you've been going at it for a while, and now it's time to actually play somebody that doesn't have Minnesota on their chest. So I think we're really excited, and it's a cool opportunity with 7, 8 new guys on the team to kind of see where we're at and how we can get ready to go forward.
How do you feel? How do you feel about the chemistry?
I'll probably wear pants.
Yeah. Do we have something going?
Yeah, no, we're really excited about the chemistry. Obviously, with this new NIL space, which we've talked a lot about on the show, you know, it's a lot of new guys and it's a lot of new faces, and it's spending a lot of time getting to know each other. So I think that's kind of been our idea. I think that's kind of been our biggest thing. Yeah. So super excited about what we got going forward, and hopefully Saturday at noon we could kind of kick that thing off.
That might be fun.
Parker, you and I were talking during the break because I'm curious about your guys' conditioning in the preseason because basketball conditioning gives me more nightmares than maybe any other 300-yard shuttle that I ran in football conditioning. How is the conditioning going? What do you guys have to do? Please enlighten me and basically give me nightmares.
I'll run on the field.
No, Pat,
don't do that.
He's talking to Parker.
No, basketball is different, right? Obviously, like football, you go hard for that 5-10 seconds, pause. But no, I think it's a super exciting thing for us to kind of just like do it together because I think you know, so often it's like you dread conditioning and it's like you want to get it over with. But I think our team has kind of really looked at it as an older group. We have a lot of seniors, a lot of graduate students. Like we know that it's tough. You know, you got to get your body in shape, and I think we've kind of bonded together through that, and not only you know, push ourselves, but when you kind of push your teammates and you kind of get it off your own brain and you put it on your teammates' brain, it's a special thing. So yeah, we're getting in pretty good shape, and looking forward to this preseason to get us right for the brutality that is the 18 teams of the Big Ten.
Who's the projected 18. Starting 5?
Yeah, I think it's hard to say with the depth we have. Obviously, we got a transfer in Lukai Patterson at the point guard spot, along with returning Mike Mitchell. We got a couple wings and Femi Odukale and Caden Betts.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he is pretty good. We got Dawson Garcia back, who's going to be a projected first team All League kind of guy this year. We got a transfer in Frank Mitchell from Canisius. We got myself. So we got a really good group of like 7, 8, 9 guys that can play a lot of minutes. And I think for us, it's going to be kind of exploring that and seeing what it looks like down the stretch. And most importantly, it's in who's at the end of the game. So I think we're going to try to figure that all out and pride ourselves on the defensive end, and then hopefully offense will come with us.
Thank you for your honesty.
I told myself I wouldn't cry.
Why are you crying?
WNBA Finals last night. Game 3 went the wrong way. The Lynx blew a 15-point lead.
Suckers.
And tied 77-77 with just a couple of seconds to go, and Sabrina Ionescu nailed a 3 with 1 second to go. The Lynx didn't really get a shot off in that final second, and they lose Game 3, 80-77. The Liberty take a 2-1 series lead. Game 4 is tomorrow at Target Center. If the Liberty win, that is their first ever WNBA title. If the Lynx win, they force a decisive Game 5 in New York.
Oh, that might be fun.
Yeah.
Lynx still going for a record 5th title.
That's a lie.
So, just like the Liberty are looking back at Game 1, thinking that they choked it away, the Lynx feel the same way about Game 3, right? So the Liberty choked one game away, and the Lynx did the same thing last night. So it's evened out.
Two biggest comebacks in a WNBA Finals history was Game 1 and then last night. So it's just been, and I mean, obviously we wish the Lynx won, but it's been an absolute incredible series to watch just from a pure fan standpoint.
I had no idea.
Well, turn your TV on, Pat.
Yeah,
Stop hating women's basketball.
In a bunch.
Oh, wow.
I'm not wearing any.
All right, ignorant sports question. Do the Lynx lead the league in championships?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Four is tied with.
It's tied.
I think it's the Comets.
Yep.
I think it's one other team has 4 as well.
Okay.
I think it was Seattle or
So
something.
they're not
like
the
that.
outright leader.
No, they have a tie with somebody else. I forget who though. But they would be the first to 5.
Gotcha. The Lynx are going to win game 4.
Come on.
They'll bounce back and win game 4.
Just slight dogs, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Sauce?
2.5.
2.5 point dogs in game 4.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Just so many things they did wrong down the stretch that I know they'd wish they have back. You know, you score that bucket probably a little too soon. You know, you don't give the defense. Probably got to go double team on Sabrina at that point. So.
And just so many missed layups, right?
Yeah,
Just too many missed.
I think there was like a
shots
stretch
in the
there
fourth.
from like the 4-minute mark to the 1 minute mark where it was just like missed layup after missed. Like Courtney Williams had one of her patented scoop layups that
Kayla
she
McBride missed
Kayla
one.
missed one. You know, it was just like the intensity on the defensive end also was so good in the first quarter, and they just weren't able to kind of sustain that. So I think they watch the film and come back and dominate game 4.
Here's what I did wrong.
Oh, Pat.
Yeah, that's what they got to learn.
Pat,
They
it's
do
not
got to
about
learn.
you.
Benjamin, Thursday night football. The
It doesn't
Denver
matter.
Broncos and the New Orleans Saints.
That's right about that one. though.
Boy, how do you get
go.
excited for this one?
The Sean Payton Bowl.
Butthole Eyes Bowl.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even really care about this game. I don't think I'm even going to watch this game.
Oh.
Have you consumed marijuana?
I have not. I have not in either the smoke form or the edible form.
What else is on TV tonight? If Ben's not going to watch Broncos Saints,
Squishy.
Is
Squishy.
9-1 is
Timberwolves Nuggets.
yeah.
There
that's
you go.
Oh.
Is Happy's place on tonight, Hawk?
Yes, tonight. Yeah.
Okay.
I will probably watch it because I have nothing else going on
Right.
tonight. Thankfully, that's a good thing, but I'm not excited to watch it.
Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, and Chicago PD.
Yeah,
on
Hawk.
tonight.
Will you watch that, Hawk?
You can wear pants and not wear pants.
Pat.
The Beaver.
Mark.
But isn't it
Why are
crazy
you
that
both here?
I'm guessing I'm not alone in this, that a lot of fans around here are cheering for the Saints. Am I right about that, Sauce?
Yeah, I will cheer for the Saints
Yes,
because I
am
hate
cheering
butthole eyes.
for the Saints.
Yeah, 'cause it's not the same. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
butthole eyes suck.
right, it's Sean Payton's fault, not the Saints'
Yeah,
fault.
yeah. I don't have a problem with the Saints per se. I had a problem with him.
Yeah, no one likes butthole eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
And
That's at
it's
7:15.
it's a battle of Bo Nix and Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Spencer.
And you've got Al Michaels on the call. Ugh.
Man, isn't that weird how that's turned?
Yeah, I don't think he likes being there.
It's it's not even that, because he's talked about it. He's addressed it. He's like, listen, he's like, this is how I've always done it. And I think he's correct. I mean, I think our palates changed a little bit for what we want to consume. I also think the broadcast does him no favors, because they don't do any ambient noise from the crowd. So it's just a sterile, boring commentary booth. I think that he needs the crowd noise.
I think your audio setup is not working correctly on the Amazon. Because the sound on the Amazon for my perspective is
cheap
great.
TV.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
I think it might be set up for surround sound, and you're only getting like 2 of the 7 channels.
Did you hear it? I don't know. I got a sound. Excuse me. I don't know if you were watching last week, but did you hear it? Because this is from last week. I don't know if this has sounded on your TV, Ben. Do you believe in miracles?
Oh my God!
Did you hear that?
I missed that.
Ambient sound was everywhere.
Oh man!
I'm
That's a
with
good
Ben
thing I
because
missed
I
that.
only got that in 2 channels.
Yeah.
I wanted it in all 7.
And I'm kind of glad I missed it, because it sounds like I may have gotten sprayed.
Yeah. No,
Herb Street has double pink eye.
Hey, Benjamin, I want your take on this. 3 days
call
ago,
zero rest.
we already referenced this, but I don't know if you were here for this. 3 days ago, Sauce tweeted, Brady isn't good on TV.
I disagree.
What?
Ooh.
I disagree, Saucer.
I think he's terrible on TV. I think he's monotone and boring.
I think he sounds just like Greg Olson. And everybody loves Greg Olson. And I'm
See,
like,
I do not. I think Greg Olson is terrible as well.
No kidding.
well,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, that's also
good?
debatable, but I think that everybody
Herb
walks.
Street's great.
Romo?
No, Romo's terrible.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Romo's no good.
Yeah, that's true.
Romo's good. He's just annoying. I actually think, after listening to Tom Brady last week, if you like Greg Olson, and everybody's all over Greg Olson's sack after the Super Bowl last year, if you like Greg Olson, how do you hate on Tom Brady? Like, he has sort of the same cadence, and it's basically the same information. I only think that Brady's going to get better and better. I 100% think that Tom Brady is going to be really, really good. Even though that he's been going, I mean, think about his lack of preparation. You know, the NFL's like held him out of all the normal prep stuff for broadcasters, and he's already this good. I actually think that he's, you know, very listenable, and I think that he is probably in the top 5 as far as national guys already.
Wow.
He's also done 4 Cowboys games, so he only has to get the other half of the information.
Come on.
True.
You know who I really like on television that I'm surprised about? Surprised? That's not how you say that. Belichick.
Yeah, the Manning cast.
Yeah, I'm digging that, man. I like that guy. He's controversial.
Yeah.
He says what he thinks.
Well, he's got that sort of FU equity.
That's what I mean. Yeah, right?
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
He's got enough money that he could never coach again. He also would go back to it, right? He doesn't care what happens.
I think he might go back to it.
And that's the thing. It only benefits him to appear like he's got a personality and appear to younger people, because they said that's the biggest thing that's holding him back is, you know, the NFL's gotten younger and all this other stuff, and you have to find an organization and an ownership that feels like you're not going to be that crotchety old guy that's going to run a dictatorship.
I'm a little man.
Then if you start showing a little bit of like youthful personality, I think he's going to be way easier to hire on this next cycle. So it only benefits him to be fun, fresh, controversial, not afraid to speak his mind.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's refreshing.
Yeah, me too. He doesn't do the obvious thing. I thought he would come out and like maybe not go crazy on the Jets owner, and then he goes ahead and goes out and goes crazy on the Jets owner. I thought that was kind of interesting, man.
Ben, what's your general take on Travis and Jason Kelce?
I am
dragging my ass.
Whoa.
I am pro Jason, anti Travis.
Anti Travis, pro Jason. Parker, how do you feel?
I don't know. I'm not like a Swiftie, but like I understand the hype. Like I think it's cool that it's, you know, such 2 big people, and they seem to, you know, it seems to be genuine. I think Jason's hilarious. I think his content's great. Him and his wife, even on social media, great content. You know, Travis is kind of teetering on the line, but I think he's a great player. So I like when he does well. But yeah, I'm definitely more pro Jason than pro Travis, I think.
Yeah. I put Travis in that Gronk category. I think that he tries way too hard.
His wig is kind of sweet, though.
There we go.
I'll say this.
That's just kissing ass to sauce. Ben, is it impossible to wear a wig and a football helmet? Is that a disaster? Because Tommy made it sound like it's just not possible.
I feel like it's possible.
Well, of course it's possible. He's a millionaire. He isn't going and picking up a rug that, like, you know, buy one, get one free.
Well, the thing is, there's nobody else more qualified in this room than the guy that was just talking.
I've worn one.
You've
yes.
Not during a football game.
But you've played football and you've had a rug.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it looks... All right, how do I explain?
How do you
Hold
get?
on.
How do you
There's
get
not
a
much to
nut cup
explain.
over
It's
that
really
merkin?
just...
So, hold on. Like me, right here, right?
Jesus.
As you can see.
Yes. Yes.
My God.
Would you please put your hat back on?
Look at my globe, please.
Please.
This right here, this hair is the first hair to go when you're balding.
Your
this,
head
hold
looks
on.
like a butt cheek.
Hang on. Your dad loves my head.
Hey.
All right, next one. Just at the tip.
Anyway, so this part is the first part to go when you're balding, right?
Well, it
this
depends.
part is
we've established
in a
that.
lot of those commercials that Travis Kelce is in. This part is gone. Now it's there. That's a wig.
So,
with you, Saucy.
What about plugs though?
if
Or it's hair plugs. It's one or the other.
Yeah, what if he did the
transplant
thing?
If you are right about this, out of everything you've ever said on this show, this is the one I'm the most convinced you're wrong about, and I'm going to be the most impressed if you're right about.
And by the way,
if you nailed this one, you nailed this one.
The Bets and Quotes podcast, keep an eye, and they keep track of when you're right, when you go out on a limb. So we will know if we ever find out. They'll make sure they point it out.
Well, this one, I mean, if it ever comes out that Travis Kelce has a wig, Sauce is going to do a 9-month victory lap.
Yeah.
And you deserve it because it's so preposterous that if you're right, I just cannot believe that you called it.
All bit aside, I'm just saying, when you look at it from like years ago, it was short hair and this part of it was going. This part is now back. That doesn't just come.
Transplant, though, is so much more likely than a wig.
Yeah, agreed.
Sure.
Agreed.
So much more
by the
likely.
way,
Wig is almost 0%.
Just for your sake,
It's one
Saucy,
or the other. Yes, go
for
ahead.
your sake, you're not saying he can do whatever he wants. It's
Yeah, I
fine.
don't
If
care.
you want to,
Sure,
if you
of
feel better
course.
about yourself with hair,
Correct.
then do
Of
it. Go
course.
ahead, right?
Yeah.
But you just
Yeah.
like ripping on people.
I like ripping people because I'm an abused dog because you guys hammer on me.
You're a what now?
The transplant thing is not preposterous. The wig thing makes so little sense.
Sure, but it's...
I'll wash your car for a month if you're right.
Only
by hand.
Only in a
Oh.
2-piece.
Whoa.
Please, only in a 2-piece.
Daisy Duke.
Yeah.
See, I don't think that I actually think it's if this is a conspiracy that is real. Okay, I'm not in this camp with you. I just want to say that right now.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I would say it's more likely to play football with a wig than with hair plugs because I don't know if you can actually play football and have a helmet rubbing on new hair plugs.
Well, because
those would be new.
Depends on when he got them.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the after effects of that, and it's painful as hell.
Yeah, I mean, it caused Rosie some damage.
I would
didn't
think
it?
that any
It
doctor
made
would
him
be
crazy. He talks about going to LA all the time.
Fuck, you are funny.
If these hair plugs got put in within the last 8 months,
It's crazy.
right? Because that's what we're thinking. Like maybe the last 8 months to a year. I'm not keeping track of his hairline, but sounds like Sauce is.
I think Sauce just thinks he went full Costanza on it and just got a wig and was like, hello, Jack.
Yeah.
And just loves it. Which, again, that's just, I don't think Taylor Swift would be like, could you please put on a wig? Otherwise, this is not going to keep going.
But you could also see somebody saying, hey, you know what? I'd really like it if you had better hair.
I don't think so.
Who
Also,
is
the
this
thing is-
person?
I'm just saying.
Like his agent?
No.
Have you heard
His
that?
gal.
You think Taylor Swift said you're going to have to put on a
You
wig
be
or this
careful
isn't going
over
to
there.
work?
You know how this could go for you.
Yeah, watch out for all the dudes.
She's not the kind of person that would ask her man to do that. She's a sweetheart.
There are multiple red beams on your shirt right now.
Yeah.
Saucy.
Damn right.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I
And
don't care.
they're in the
Take
shape
me
of a
out.
heart, which is
Yeah.
kind of weird.
Take me out.
So, okay, but here's the other thing as we're fleshing this thing out. Imagine, though, the likelihood of him coming off the field, taking his helmet off, and then looking like David Spade when the fan hits his hair.
Exactly.
It's like,
So
that's
true.
not something that he wants to play with.
Never
How
gonna do that.
embarrassing would that be?
Oh, my
There's
God.
no way that he's wearing a
The
wig during a game.
downside's not worth it.
Sure.
Not worth the upside.
Fine. You keep telling yourself. You guys just don't like when I'm right.
No, I
think.
don't mind
I
it a
hope
bit.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I stand
have
with you, Saucy.
No dog in
See?
the race. In fact, I'm not even allowed to race dogs anymore. I got to get one probably.
You just still fight him.
Yeah. The whole town knows.
Look, sometimes, very, very infrequently, you ask good questions. But once in a while, you do ask that
Name
question to
one
KOC.
time.
Well, he's asked KOC some good questions. We can play him back after this, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
KOC press conference after this on The Fan.
KFAN and 2 Men and a Junk Truck want to help you win $1,000. $1,000 in your hand every weekday on The Fan. The Fan. 2 Men and a Junk Truck expects to exceed your expectations, leaving you with less stress at the same time, bringing you more.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today and get internet with a price for life. Keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability.
Models, all price ranges. They want to see them all. Get there. Drive in today to any of those Luther locations. There's 45 all over the place. Drive in, ask for an offer. Pretty quickly, they'll get you an offer. They'll throw a number at you, and if you accept, Luther handles all the paperwork. So look, this is the thing to do. If you've ever tried selling a vehicle online yourself, you probably, before you even started, said, man, I wonder how I do this. What do I have to fill out? What about the title? How do I do that? It's so much easier. It's just, it's stress-free to go to Luther, let them worry about it, let them deal with it. Because like I said, as soon as you say yes, they do all the paperwork. It's super easy. They're great people. They want to see your vehicle at all 45 locations. If you don't know where they are, go to LutherAuto.com. That's LutherAuto.com. Turns out the best place to buy a car is the best place to sell your car. And Luther buys used cars. Sell your vehicle to Luther.
Standard Water repairs foundations. Cracks in your basement walls, bowing walls, or settling foundation? Standard Water is the foundation repair expert since 1977. Free basement foundation repair and waterproofing estimates at standardwater.com. Standardwater.com.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce, and it's fall, the best time of year. You know what I don't worry about? Falling leaves. Why? A, I have somebody who rakes my yard for me. Shocking. And B, I have gutter helmet on my gutters. I don't worry about all those massive leaves going into my gutters and clogging up my gutters and causing all the damage clogged gutters cause. Hey, that kind of rhymed. Go to gutterhelmetmn.com to get the best protection for your gutters. Gutter Helmet of Minnesota is the absolute best. Never clean your gutters again. Gutterhelmetmn.com.
Hey, it's Chris Hockey for Cultivated CBD at cultivatedcbd.com. Let me tell you, it's Thursday. That means tonight at midnight. You've got through tonight at midnight. How many hours is that? Like 27?
Something like that.
You got tonight at midnight. 25% off your entire order, no matter what you order at cultivatedcbd.com, plus fast and free shipping. I can tell you this. I ordered on, when was I driving home? From Tuesday. I ordered on Tuesday. I got my entire package yesterday, which was Wednesday. That's how quick it is. Cultivatedcbd.com. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about hemp-infused beverages. Love them. Lemon lime afterglow and all the different flavors. They're delicious. They'll just chill you right out. Okay. I'm talking about CBD tincture. I'm talking about gummies. I'm talking about what do you want? They've got it. And you can trust this company. I trust this company. I love these people. I love these products. These are natural alternatives to sleep aids and anxieties and everything. And you get 25% off through midnight tonight using the promo code KFANGhost. KFANGhost. 25% off. CultivatedCBD.com. Check them out today.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce. Grab your favorite Gatorade 28-ounce flavors at holiday. You buy 2, you get 1 free. Mix and match and refresh at holiday station stores. Whether you're hitting the gym or chilling at home, Gatorade has your back. Quench your thirst today at Holiday.
952-0-RES. Clean your carpets. It's the middle of October. We're probably just a month or so away from some serious snow, unfortunately. And it's a good time of year to remind yourself, whether it's your home, your cabin, or your business, that we just had a summer and early fall here of dust, dander, allergens, all that stuff getting into your home with the door opening and closing all summer long with the pets or the kids or yourself or your neighbors. Make sure before we start hibernating that you get that stuff cleaned out. So whether you're hosting some kind of a football viewing party in the next couple of weeks or you just want to get your home clean before the winter kicks in, 952-0-RES. 3 rooms of carpet clean for just $129. And they can knock $75 off any air duct cleaning package that you book at 952-0-RES or 0resminnesota.com. You simply have to mention KFAN or ask for the KFAN special. It spells the same forward and backward, ZEROREZ, 952-0-RES.
New Chill Boys undies, a new Titleist driver, and a bag, and a free golf foursome. Visit chillboys.com right now and win this great golf giveaway worth over $1,000 from my friends at Chill Boys. Chillboys.com and enter to win this golf giveaway from Chill Boys.
Tune in for the Purple Report with Jonathan Grenard Tuesdays with the Power Trip, sponsored by Mesh Besher and Spence.
You're listening live to the Power Trip on iHeartRadio and FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
All right, welcome back. It's 8:28. It's the Power Trip Morning Show. You can watch us at KFAN.com/watch right now. Take a look at us. See the faces we make at each other. Check out my sweet Godsmack shirt.
That is pretty sweet.
That is a sweet shirt.
Thank you. Ben and Parker over there.
Hey. Making out.
Sauce in a hat that normal people use for tent.
Oh, it doesn't really fit.
No, it does. Looks good on you, brother.
Thanks, Hulkster.
Yeah, your daddy is, when's your daddy's birthday? Pretty soon?
Mine? February.
Oh, okay. Why is he going on vacation then? Just for funsies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he leaving you for a while?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think he.
You let him out?
He needs a break, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
I think you know what I mean, don't you?
Right.
In other words, he's worn out.
Oh my.
The man's tired.
Yeah.
From having sex.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets it.
Yeah,
Do you get what
just
we're
in case you
saying?
didn't get it.
Is
Yeah.
Rosie tweeting again?
Oh, don't get me started on that. Here's the last tweet from Pat Kessler before he went over the bridge.
You can wear pants and not wear pants.
Oh, Pat. Why is
R.I.P.
Pat talking
Kessler.
about that? And why is he dead?
He's not dead. I'd say he was dead.
Oh.
I'd say he was dead. You're weird.
Shall we?
I'm weird.
Yesterday we had a chance to go down to TCO. The Vikings had a bye week a week ago, so we didn't talk to KOC last week. But we talked to him yesterday, and we recorded it. We asked him a bunch of questions. Most of them have nothing to do with football because he doesn't really care. Right, his team's undefeated.
Yeah, he's like, I talk enough football.
Right, so we asked him a bunch of other stuff, and we get exclusive access to the coach. It's called a Power Trip press conference, and it starts now.
And now, it's time for a Power Trip press conference.
Hey, Kevin, how's it going? Kevin, any word on Rosen's anus?
I thought it was, a little bit just sore leaving London.
Wow. That was in the injury report?
Wow, Coach, I'm glad you know about that. Hey, Coach, meet Sauce here. What's the first thing you do when you wake up?
I pee.
Oh, okay.
Same?
Yeah, now that I think about it, me too. Sometimes I do it before I wake up. Coach, Chris Hockey, Power Trip Morning Show. When it comes to hanky-panky, what's the best way to cross the finish line?
In unison.
That's the goal.
Brilliant. That was good.
Sauce loved that one.
You did. Thank you. No, I appreciate it.
Player.
Thank you.
KOC, you just hit that tee shot right into those people.
For
Well done.
Hey, Coach, since Hockey let it leak, what's the name of Tommy's OnlyFans page?
Fresh from the backside.
Oh. Hey, this is kind of private and kind of weird. The word is you found Paul Allen's jerk mag stash. How you gonna handle that?
What I like to do is look at it.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
All right, well, that's unexpected.
Okay. Who calls it that? Oh, my God.
PA does.
How many are in the stash?
Parker, why are you here?
You gotta go. You got a game.
It's not Saturday. This was yesterday.
What day is it?
Today's Wednesday. We're going to play this back on Thursday. Parker has a game on Saturday.
That we haven't heard about yet.
No, we haven't heard about it. We're going to ask him about it tomorrow during Fan 5 at 8 o'clock.
Tell future me not to do the one about the jerk mags.
Or say jerk mags.
Hey, Kevin, what do you do when PA tickles you?
So I pee.
All right. You got me, Sauce.
Hey, Coach, what was Victor Frankenstein's goal for his monster?
To make it come to life.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my gosh. Frankenstein. That's right. That's a good bit, man.
Thanks.
In your opinion, Coach, at what age was Sauce in his best physical shape?
Year 2.
Yeah, probably.
I've been all downhill since then.
Brilliant.
Hey, Kevin, do you have any questions about chameleons' colors?
Do they change?
Yes. Yes, they do.
Hey, Coach, meets us here again. What did Hawks... Excuse me. Let me start over here. I'm confused why Parker's here. What did Hawks' doctor say when it came to all the STDs he caught in the 80s?
We've seen every variation kind of known to man.
Oh, my God. Yuck.
I had fun, man. Whatever.
Whatever. I don't care.
Hey, Coach, one more thing about Sauce. When it comes to job skills, what skill does Sauce lack the most?
Improvement, week in and week out.
Very true. He gets me.
He does get you. Kevin, why do you think Jeff Dahmer kept trying to eat people?
Everybody has their own flavor.
Yeah, you got to try them all.
That's probably true. I would
Sauce,
guess.
any more
Probably,
questions?
I got one more. Hey, Coach, I heard you and Hawk giggling about Tommy's OnlyFans page. What was the name of the toy he was going to use?
Heat-seeking missile.
Oh, my gosh. Coach, I ran out of time and I'm grasping for straws. What does a good set of butt-hugging boxer briefs provide?
Constant comfort.
Thank you.
Sure. And scene.
Wow.
That was great.
Oh, that was a great mix of like tame jokes, couple dirty ones.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well-rounded, guys.
Thank
Well-rounded.
you.
That was something.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for the visual of Sauce at 2 years old.
Thank you.
You can still see his ribs then.
Oh. Wonder how many times on a Power Trip bingo card somebody's waiting for jerk mag stash.
They had the PA portion.
That's predictable. Yeah.
So do you guys know?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so KOC obviously listens to the initials, right? He loves it. That's the reason
he wants back in the ring at some point.
Does he hear this every week?
I wonder about that every week.
I don't know.
I really do.
Somebody mentioned that after we had KOC into play initials that we didn't reference the press conference bit, and we should have asked him. Have you heard us do that in the past? Do you hate them? Do you like them?
It's good to let sleeping dogs lie.
Right, because didn't we hear that the last guy didn't care for him?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the truth? That the last guy did not care for this bit?
I heard
Shocking.
he didn't care about much.
Big shocker.
Yeah, shocking. He didn't like it.
He did not care.
My guess is KOC doesn't care. Right.
Probably
I
not.
bet he finds it funny.
He's got bigger fish to fry.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a bit. Who cares?
Hey,
I don't
Ben.
think he cares.
Yeah.
Ben, you're out of here. I can tell.
Yeah, I'm just putting my stuff away. I got a few minutes,
Okay,
but
cool.
I got like 5.
I just wanted to know your thoughts on this game on Sunday. I want you to tell us.
This game on Sunday.
Give us what you thought.
Cowboy hockey's here.
I'll go back to what I asked Pelissero. I do think it's fascinating how if you just listen to the fan bases, both fan bases do feel like they understand the importance of this game and everybody wants to win this game, but I think it's more of a compliment to both teams that they put themselves in a situation where this is not maybe like the most heavily weighted game, even though it's a division game, that it's going to be the sky's not falling. It is not doomsday. We're not going to break down this loss and pick it apart and do those whatever that. So it is fascinating how both teams have really set themselves up for this. Now, Tom makes a great point. In a span of 5 days, the sky could be falling for Vikings fans as much as we love to overreact to things. If we drop this game, the thing is, if the Vikings drop this game and then look overmatched and don't look good, and then follow that back up on Thursday night against the Rams and don't look good, then it's like, oh boy, what is going on? I just don't think that's going to happen. I mean, there's just something different about the chemistry of this team and the way this team's built. I don't see that happening. I don't think it's going to happen. Even if the Vikings lose this weekend, I'm not worried that we're going to go into Thursday night and lay an egg. Like we are going to be very well prepared, and I actually ultimately think we are going to win this game on Sunday. It is fascinating that both teams, even statistically, are pretty matched up. I mean, this is about as even as you can get, and having Aiden Hutchinson not in the lineup for them is a giant loss. They are talking right now in their media about how they're trying to sugarcoat this thing. Like, no, it's going to be fine. We're going to put this thing. Nope. Unless you get help, you're not. It's just not going to be the same team. Aaron Glenn is not going to be able to do the same things. He is not a heavy blitz guy. He gets a little bit more risky. He's not afraid to go zero blitz in the field. Sure. He does do some riskier things. He will play tough man coverage. But he knows that with Aiden Hutchinson, he doesn't have to bring 5 or 6 guys all the time. So they have gotten away with rushing 4 guys on first and second down and then picking and choosing to blitz on third down. That's going to change probably. I mean, Aiden accounted for half of their sacks and 40% of their quarterback hits.
And pretty good against the run too, by the way.
And really good against the run.
Yeah.
So it is going to be, I think, a little bit of a feeling out period to see how defensively they are without Aiden Hutchinson in the first half. And it's going to be a battle. But it's going to be a big miss for them.
We have seen Sam Darnold in the last 6 quarters struggle. How does he get better?
Unfortunately, I think teams are starting to figure out that you don't have to blitz him. He's actually one of the best in the league versus the blitz. That is something that I think people think that they came in the season like, well, we'll just heat up Sam Darnold and we'll put some pressure on him. He's been outstanding against pressure. He's been outstanding against the blitz. I think where he struggles is where, similarly, our defense will mug the line of scrimmage. They're going to sugar their blitzes, and then they back out. Whenever that sort of happens and he sees drop 7 or drop 8, I think that's when he struggles the most. I don't think that in those situations he's doing a great job of anticipating where the coverage is going to be, and he's not seeing the windows quick enough. And that's when then the 3 or 4 man rush will get to him. So that is my concern is can our offensive line buy enough time when they drop into coverage for him to see some of these things that develop? And I'm hoping that we have some better answers because the Jets did a little bit of that and then they started heating up a little bit more in the second half. Yeah. But I'm hoping that KOC, and I know I'm confident that he'll have more answers for checkdowns, for shorter little throws just to keep the chains moving. I know this is a big play. We have a big play offense, but I think it's fine if we take a little bit more patient approach. And, he is a little bit, I think, more carefree about just the way that he checks the ball down and not feel like he has to fit the ball down the field to Addison and JJ all the time.
Thank you for your honesty.
Appreciate it, Ben.
All right, guys. That's probably a good place to end this thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was perfect timing. It's 8:40.
Yeah.
Nailed
It's been
it.
a great run.
It's been a great run.
It has been a great run.
It has been a great run. I love you
been a
guys.
great run.
Go Huskers. That's the only time I probably say this in a long time. And go Vikings.
Yeah.
Talk to you guys on Monday.
Thank you, brother.
Love you, Ben.
See you later.
Bye.
All right, now.
Now it's time for
Headlines brought to you by our friends at Wolf River Electric. If you want to go solar and get turned on, get those solar panels put on from the great people at Wolf River Electric. I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Nice job.
They're on my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on
That looks
my roof.
Sweet.
They're on my roof. Collecting energy from the sun.
Charming.
Wow, that's
And,
kind
and
of.
honestly, you should do it pretty soon because I think that the sun's got like 2 billion years left, and then it's over. So
Yeah.
if you want to
Start
get
saving
energy
now.
from the sun,
Yeah.
you should hurry.
Let's go. Yeah, get her done.
Well, according to Angel Reese, it's a good thing that she has other income streams because she says her WNBA salary isn't enough to cover her rent, and the stories claim she's paying $8,000 a month in rent. Where the hell is she living for $8,000 a month in rent?
Beverly Hills.
Mound,
Yeah,
Chicago.
I was going to say almost anywhere these days.
Not 8,000.
8,000 is absurd.
That's
8,000 's a
absurd.
lot.
Yeah, that's
I would say if you're complaining
Porno.
that your salary doesn't cover your $8,000 a month rent, I'd say find a different place to rent.
Yeah.
What city does she live in?
Chicago,
Chicago Sky.
but still $8,000 a month to rent. That's
That's a lot.
that's a high end mortgage payment, not a rent payment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can find a nice place for less than that.
Yep, for sure.
Did you watch her video? Did you watch that video of her talking about that?
No.
It was kind of funny. You got to go back and watch it. But she had no idea what her WNBA salary was. And it's like, you really don't know what your salary
kidding?
is? Like, she wouldn't, either was just oblivious to it or was proving a point that
So who
it
told
doesn't
her?
matter.
Somebody, the interviewer told her?
Somebody in the background. It was like an Instagram Live type of vibe. It was like almost like an agent or maybe like a manager or something told her. And it's like, I feel like you would know how much money you were making.
No
Obviously, she
chance
makes
she was
more on
making a bit out of it?
endorsements and all that kind of stuff. But what'd you say, Hawk?
No chance she was doing a bit? You think that? I mean,
No.
really? Okay.
Well,
Wow.
maybe. Who
Yeah.
knows? But
Real quick on that, though, before you move on, Corey, I just read this, and TNT Sports will be the home of Unrivaled, a new 3-on-3 women's basketball league. Warner Brothers Discovery reached a multi-year deal with the upstart league that tips off in January. Unrivaled was founded by Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Collier. Feature 30 of the top women's basketball players, including Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, Brittany Griner, playing across 6 different teams. TNT will air double headers on Monday and Friday nights, while a doubleheader will air on True TV on Saturday nights, with all games also streaming on Max.
You didn't mention Caitlin Clark.
I don't see her name on here.
I hate to break some hearts, but I think this league is going to find out that matters.
yeah, they will.
Pretty quickly.
You are correct.
They will. They need her. But yeah, January 17th, it's a condensed court 3-on-3. I don't know. Something different.
It's like the Olympics,
Yeah.
Yep.
right? I mean,
But it's full court. That's the only
Oh,
difference.
I'm sorry, condensed
Just a
court,
shorter
not
Yeah,
half
it's a
court.
condensed
Okay.
court. It's not half court. So
Like the soup.
it's different. Yeah.
It's meant to be like an alternative. So, because a lot of these ladies go overseas and play during the WNBA off season, and so this is meant to be like a financial, like supplant that financially, so they don't have to go overseas and do all the traveling.
Good.
And stuff. Yeah.
Good. Give them some money. Let's have some fun.
All right, how do we feel about this? This sounds shady to me. This sounds like this is dangerous, but maybe you guys would dive in. Walmart has Wicked-themed mystery macaroni and cheese with pink or green color-changing cheese. Do you want your cheese to change colors? Even if it's for a movie that you're into?
Just the way life rolls sometimes.
Is it
brother.
Kraft?
Yeah.
My guess is that it is. It doesn't say in this story, but I would assume that it is. I don't know who else is making that kind of stuff, but
Kiddos will like it.
would you guys eat it, though, knowing that it's going to change colors?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Because I'll tell
I
you
was
what else is
fine
going
to
to
know.
change colors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't
It's
want
gonna
that to
look
be
like a car
pink or
crash in the
purple
toilet.
or green.
No. Yeah, no thanks.
How about this? Lay's is yet again asking people to submit unique chip flavor ideas. Give me something that you guys would want that you don't believe has ever been made.
Oh.
What's a chip flavor? No, Chris, they're not going to. No.
I will camp out outside of Cub Foods.
Well, it depends.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Tommy just texted and said, no thanks, ew.
Yeah. Wait, that was Doritos.
That was Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Oh.
Parker, you got one?
Banana cream pie.
Oh, my God.
Potato chips?
Golly, Ma.
Banana cream pie, potato
Banana
chips.
cream pie is
That
the
was
best
kind of
dessert
my
on the
idea.
planet.
Listen, Sweet Pea.
Oh, my God.
Listen now.
Careful,
Listen to me.
Hog.
Everybody be cool. Yesterday, I went to Chick-fil-A down in Chanhassen because we played a gig there and everything. And I was in the drive-thru, and I saw on the advertisement, they have banana pudding milkshakes.
Yeah, I would eat that right now.
Yeah,
I'd
I'd have
drink
one. Yeah.
Or sure.
Both.
Drink
Yeah,
it?
spoon
Sure.
and straw.
Will you order some, Hawk?
Sure. It's too late in the show.
How about tomorrow, Zach? Hawk will pay for him.
Yeah.
Right, Hawk?
Oh, he's on a horse. Give him a minute.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing
Doesn't that
karate
sound
now.
great, though? Banana cream pie is the best in the whole
Yeah,
wide
the
world.
best.
It's the best thing
Love
ever.
it. Love it, love it, love it. Good
Korean barbecue would be a good chip flavor.
That is not bad.
Yeah. It's probably going to be really good, too.
How about just old chip?
Just chip,
Chip
salt
flavored
chips.
chip.
chip flavored chip.
Chip flavored chips.
Zach, I assume this is going to get you triggered, but we'll see. The Disney parks are introducing a new Skip the Line service called Lightning Lane Premier.
Oh, my gosh, man.
Wow.
Does it have the prices on it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But there's going to be people who pay for it, so might as well.
Do you have the price cord? Do you know what it is?
No, I don't.
Oh, I do. It's right here. Do you want to know?
Yes.
Insane.
I would love to.
Okay, let me read the story. Disney's introducing a new way for guests to skip the lines at theme parks. Lightning Lane Premier Pass will launch at Anaheim's Disneyland next week and at Orlando's Walt Disney World on October 30th. It will allow guests entry to the Lightning Lane line at select attractions at any time once per day. Okay, once per day. The Disneyland Lightning Lane Premier Pass will cost between $300 and $400 per person.
Wait a minute.
Per
You only
day.
get to use it once?
One time, one ride each day.
That's insane.
So, I mean, you could use it on every ride they have, but only one time each day.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, from what I read too, it'll be variable. So we'll go down like on non-peak days. It'll go down to like 130 or something, I think is what I read. But yeah, when you go, which is probably during a peak time, yeah, 400 plus
I just can't imagine.
per person.
I mean,
So
you're-
here's the argument, and again, I think that's preposterous. I'm never going to pay that. I don't know a lot of people that are. I think you have to be the elite of the elite of the elite to even contemplate doing that, and I think that's who they're catering to. But and Zach can back me up on this. The problem with Disney is if you're a family that basically cannot afford to go to Disney, and a lot of families can't, and you're like, you know what, my kids deserve this. I'm going to save money for the next 6 years, 7 years, and we're going to go once. We're going to do it once. The problem is if you don't do some of these lane passes or whatever they've had them called in the past, Zach, you know all the names.
Genie and
the Genie
Fast
Pass or
Pass
Fast Pass. If you don't do it, if you don't pay for the extras, then you're waiting 2 hours per ride,
and watching,
and you've waited 6 or 7 years to go on something like 4 rides, and you realize, did I just spend $4,000 on 4? You know what I'm saying? It almost doesn't make sense to do it wrong. You're better off just not doing it at all. No. So it's this no man's land where you either have to be crazy rich and just go on every ride, or put up with lines, or not go at all. So they're just pinching out everybody in the middle, or definitely pinching out the people at the bottom that actually want to go on rides.
I don't know anybody who's a bigger fan of Disney than you, Zach. But the prices are getting unbelievable. That's ridiculous.
They're starting to feel it. I mean, the people in the company. There was a story just a couple months ago about how they're starting to lose money now.
Oh, you're sad.
And it's just, and to Corey's point too, there used to be a system where, you know, when you get a ticket to the park and you stay on property, you get 3 fast passes for free.
It was the best. And
you could plan your day where, you can get those, and then you can plan which little rides you're going to wait in line for. If you get there early, like if you're they call it rope drop, if you're there at the beginning of the day, the line's usually short. You can do that one. So that's 4 rides right there, plus a couple of long waits. But
so hard.
No, you can't do anything. It sucks.
It's getting old.
Without paying a ton of money.
Now that I'm going to have a kiddo, we will go.
You You gonna leave the
What
kid
about
at
you?
home?
Hate going in lines.
You're gonna hate
I'm
it.
not
You're gonna
spending
hate
that.
That's
ridiculous.
You're gonna
Yeah,
hate
you will.
that part of Disney
I
because
don't
the
know.
lines are
Yeah,
epic.
See that? Yeah,
Part of
that's
being dad is doing things you don't like.
yeah, you are
100%.
correct.
That's how it
You
goes,
are
bro.
You
correct.
gotta let that kid be
You gotta
happy.
let that kid be
You're
happy.
correct.
But I don't know if your kid's gonna like lines either.
Correct.
Yeah, there's that.
You got to give
Hopefully, it's
your
his mother's patient.
you got to give your child what your dad never gave you.
Yeah, I've never been. My dad never.
You had a
took me.
really rough
He
childhood.
went. He took
What, a
Hawk
salad?
a couple times. Okay. Wow. Jesus Christ.
Please say that again.
Wow.
Because that was a good line, and it got. Please,
Son of a
I want to
bitch.
recreate it. Say what you said again.
Why would you
Zach.
shoot me again?
You got to give your child what your father never gave you.
What, a salad?
Yeah, that's too good to walk over.
Police in Washington State nabbed a porch pirate who was wearing the boots she stole when she was confronted. Already had them on.
Yeah.
We have to, across the country, dramatically increase the penalties for porch pirates.
Yeah,
because
porch
this ain't
pirates.
going away, right? Amazon is here to stay.
Maybe they should walk the plank.
This has to be like mail fraud, right? We got to get it up to the point where it's not just like petty theft. It's got to be a severe penalty.
A felony.
Make it a felony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're trespassing on someone's property, taking their property. That's not
And
good.
messing with the mail.
Yeah, it's
There's
true.
got to be an angle there. Let's make it a felony. Let's make it where
Where is
it's.
this not?
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, it is messing with the mail by definition.
Yeah. You guys ever had one? Ever had it happen to you?
No, I don't think so.
I had one. I ordered some podcasting mics, and we had a Ring camera. I got a video, actually.
That
And-
person saved society, though.
Yeah. No one wants to hear that.
You're going to say some vile stuff.
Yeah.
It's the podcast is on the iHeartRadio app,
Yeah,
by
it
the
is.
way.
It is on the
yeah,
iHeartRadio.
absolutely. Yeah, it's
What's
up
it
right now,
called?
right?
Yeah,
Stolen mics?
Oh, no. It's called the Double Down Podcast, back on the iHeartRadio, recording an episode tonight. So there'll be another episode on there tomorrow.
Who you
so
having
go
on?
check it out. Anthony Tucker, former Iowa Hawkeye,
Oh,
former
Any relation to Chris?
Minnetonka basketball player, and played professionally for like 13 years, and now has a basketball business called Hoop Habits out in Edina, training facilities. So
Sweet.
That's
yeah,
awesome,
excited to have
man.
him on. Yeah, and then hopefully have episodes every week, dropping Friday on all platforms. So yeah, little plug there.
There you go.
Sweet,
One more time.
man.
What's it called?
The Double Down Podcast. Yeah,
Love it.
go check it out. Appreciate it.
And what's the name of the podcast of the guy who stole your mics?
Yeah, I don't know what his name is, but he sat
Parker and the Mics?
Yeah, he's Parker and the Mics. He sat on my porch for probably a minute and just sat with his back to the Ring camera.
No.
And just kind of just checked out what was going on. Leaned back.
Yeah.
Without putting his face in it. Grabbed the package. Sat there for another minute and then just
pro.
walked away.
That's it.
What a bro.
That's how hockey's doctor gives him a physical.
Just lean back for a minute.
Yeah, grab the
Grab
package.
the package. Assess.
Yeah.
And then walk out without any eye
He
contact.
doesn't want he leaves the package.
But he
a
didn't
pirate,
put his
all
face
right.
in it.
Max, before we wrap this up, Max, are you caught up on Penguin?
No, everybody and their mama is telling me that I got to watch this episode 4 of this
gotta
season.
start.
I'm on episode 3. I just finished episode 3. Everyone's saying it's one of the best episodes of TV this year, period.
Episode 4, everybody that is telling you that is correct. It is hands down the best episode of the season. But what's bizarre, still no Batman. And again, I'm not waiting for it. I understand that. But almost no Penguin.
Really?
Episode 4 has almost nothing to do with him.
All Sophia?
Almost all Sophia.
I ain't mad at
She's
that.
the star of the show.
Yeah,
right?
she
That's what
is.
everybody's saying.
It is easily the best episode so far. So
can't wait.
The show continues to get better. I just wish there was Batman.
They got to have him at some point. At least Bruce Wayne.
I don't know.
And when we watching basketball with Parker Fox again?
Yeah, Saturday at noon.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What do we have to for initials tomorrow? Is it 76,000 now?
I think so.
I think it's 76 tomorrow. $76,000 on the line for the St. Paul Federal Credit Union initials jackpot. Brett Blakemore makes his
I got
initials
Brett.
debut tomorrow.
Oh,
you're
smart kid.
calling
I
the
got
shot,
Brett.
huh?
Yeah, first time
Sleeper.
on. I got Brett. Go Spurs.
Sauce, I believe, going for a 4th consecutive win tomorrow. We'll see if Brett can slow him down. Hawk will play. Marnie will play. That's tomorrow at 8:15. We're back tomorrow, 5:30 until 9. 9 to noon is next.
Everybody have a wonderful day.
You too, Abba Dabba. Love you.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today for an internet service monthly rate with peace of mind.
To 35W. 35W northbound slow 31st.
From the gas pumps in Granite Falls to the ice chest in Isanti, the Minnesota Lottery's Vikings scratch game is here. These are the concrete coliseums where we challenge chance and chase glory, where we pursue our passion and dare to dream. These are the stadiums where we come to play. Get in the game.